Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. It's a setup plan review for the game Fischen, or Fishing, by Friedemann Freise. As you can see, it's a green game, a green box. Everyone is going to take a player aid. It looks something like this. And what this involves is a game whereby you're trying to get the most points over a total of 8 rounds, or fewer than 8 rounds if you happen to run through the entire draw deck. So this is a game whereby you are going to be trick taking. Now this has already been specifically designed so that you can see there's these 5 tiers of stars down the bottom. So they're going to get shuffled up and make sure they are just off to one side. These are going to be added to your draw pile. Now, I will say at this point that it is quite difficult to sometimes notice what is the draw pile because it is the same back, but don't worry about it too much. The other thing to point out is it might appear a little blurry. Do let me know if you find that's the case, as it happens to be a fake copy, which I have reported, and it has been removed from that website, but just to let you know. But hopefully you can tell that my hands are quite clearly visible in here. So if you're playing as a 5, I recommend it as a 5. Others do too. It's a significantly better player experience for numerous reasons. What is in this deck gets better as you go through it, and you're more likely to get through more of it with more players. Everyone is going to take a boat, and everybody is going to take a net where you will be catching your fish or catching your cards in it as well. So, like I said, I'm recommending playing as a 5, and you're going to take this card. It's going to tell you what you're going to use. If you're playing as a 3, you are removing cards 1 and 2, and the blue and red number 3, whereas in a 4-player game, you're removing cards 1 and 2. So those can go back in the box, and therefore we can then show you how the rest of the game is set up. So I have played many games by Friedemann Freise. Check out Findorf. Here we go, we've got the respective remaining cards. So you're going to shuffle these up and deal them out. So this will be 40 cards because there's 1 through to 10 in 4 different suits. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, assuming we're playing as a 5, and then taking a look at the cards. So if you want to, you can sort them out. I tend to. This is a standard, you must follow trick-taking game. I'll say what that means in a moment if you're not sure what that means. Let's move this off to one side, and as you can see, we're playing the first round, and we are playing with 8 cards. So let's say I'm leading off, I can play a card. So if I want to try and win the trick, because each trick or amount of cards you win equals points equals the amount you've won, I might lead off with a 9. But with every card being out, that's not ideal because I might not win. So maybe I play, oh, here we go, I play the 8. Now everyone else plays their cards. Whoever played the 10 would have won it, and they take those cards and they'll put them in their fishing net, and that'll be the amount of points they'll get at the end of the game. At the end of the round. So let's say that 10 has been revealed, someone else plays a blue hopefully, and then I play a 9, let's say, in which case I'll be guaranteed to win it because the 10 has already gone. I collect all those cards and they're going to go into my net. Then I might lead off as well. In this case, we know the 1's not going to win. At this rate, I'm probably not going to win any other cards. Let's say I play a red 2. If someone does not have a red, they can chuck any other colour in, but they can only do that if they are out of red. So the round has ended at this point, let's say, once we've gotten through all our cards, and yes, whoever does win those cards leads off the next trick. Imagine I've won this amount of cards, 3, 4, 5. I score myself 5 points, so you do need pen and paper to make a note or an app or something. I've got 5 points, I make a note of that for round 1. We then move into round 2. Imagine I've already got some cards in my boat. Of course I don't at this moment. Then you will actually have any cards that you've just caught shuffled, so you don't know the order, and placed at the bottom. I'll come back onto that again just to explain it one more time later. But I've got 5 cards. We're now having to make sure we've got 8 cards. I do not have 8 cards, so I draw the top 3 cards. The people who draw first are those who have got the most needing to be drawn. So I only need to draw 3. So let's say I'm a third to draw, and let's look at my cards. So I've got a special card now. It's actually, no, that shouldn't be in there. Apologies, I'm not sure why that's there. Someone didn't handle these cards out correctly. I've got this card. So it's 1 star, level 1 difficulty, or better card, level 1 speciality. So we've now gone beyond 10. They got to about 18, or there are some trick colours which are in green or trump suits, which basically is more powerful than anything else, and they go up to 16. So that's going to go in my hand. I've got these cool cards. What these mean is, let's say we've now got our hand and someone else leads off. The person with the lowest score leads off, so they're going to have some powerful stuff. And then let's say somebody had played something like an 11 or whatever. Then what I can choose to do is, if I haven't even got any blue, I can choose to still play it. Imagine I've got no blue. If I do have blue, I must play it. If I don't, I can play this card. This means I will not win the trick, but whoever wins it, it basically means before they can take those cards, I can take one of those cards. And it would make sense, perhaps, to, well, I've seen people do well just taking back the 0 just to take the most powerful card. For a start, I get 1 point, but then whoever did win that trick is going to take that card away with them. So that is something you can be aware of. It's a very nice card to have. There's a player aid telling you about it. And yes, it is something that is significant. It's a nice card to play with. And now I'm just going to show you about the other cards. So green, like this is the trump suit. So it'll beat any other colour, but you can only play it if you are out of any, like everyone plays purple. If you have purple, you must play it. If you're out of purple, then you can play this card because you're not following suit. You can play any colour at that point. So you could play something to win it, or you could play a yellow and not win it. Also, if you lead with a green, so a trump suit, everyone else must play green if you've got it. So other cards, if there's a -3, you are going to lose -3 points to whoever wins that trick. That is what that card does. And I'm just briefly showing you what's in here too. I'll show you what else these cards mean as well. So here we go, you're going to lose -3 points. This card basically lets you take all the cards apart from the one which you've just played. This one means you're playing the next trick first. You've got some good high cards, but you're worried that, I don't know, somehow you might lose it or something. Then maybe you want to play it so you don't end up losing your cards, because if you've got loads of really high yellows and someone is offered blue and you haven't got any blue, you're just wasting your really good cards. This one lets you call the colour the trump, or the trick, or the colour basically. So if I want to say the next trick has to start with blue and you play, I don't know, purple, then that's not going to be winning. So you need to be making sure that you're playing blue, because you might have a blue 1, no one else has got blue, and you win. But of course someone could try and trump it with green if they're out of blue, whatever it might be. And lastly, the lowest card wins the trick, including trump. So if you play a 3 or something and it's a trump, then you're still going to win it. That's it. Now, like I said, it's better with 5 because you're getting to the deck more. Again, if we got to only one person needing to draw that very last card, so we did go to the final round, but it is something to be aware of. Setup is quite easy and straightforward. Just make sure that you are aware that you've got to shuffle this deck just to make sure people don't see it, but you generally know what is going to be coming. You can end up with a low score in that first round and then draw some really good cards. I've tried that strategy. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. Sometimes you are just going to have cards that will win. And it has a nice catch-up mechanism though, giving you these cards. The scores are relatively close. But yes, playing as a 5 is what I think others just generally do agree is the preferred player count. Lovely artwork. Yeah, it's really, really nice. A nice small dinky box as well. So ultimately, it is very good. Replayability though, up to like a dozen or so plays. And as enjoyable as it is, it's not great. I feel like it is a bit wonky, that kind of Japanese wonkiness, which you can get with a number of games. And it's something whereby you can give it a go, but people found it interesting, but haven't really kind of loved it. So that is the game Fishing. Like I said, check out my other videos for games by Friedemann Freise. I do have more on the way to bring you as well. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll tell you about them in due course. But there we go. Also make sure you check out the podcast. There's more discussions going over there too. And the rules are, as you can see, in German as well. You can get an English version of this game, but I think Fishing kind of works quite nicely too. Thanks for watching. Back to the table.